All right, Andrew Douglas back here in the Action News 5 digital desk. We have seen these altered photos online. Many of them are called deep fakes. They're manipulated videos and photos. All of it is eroding our ability of the trust that we're seeing online. And to combat all of this, there's a global alliance that's stepping up to provide technical solutions. I'm joined now here in the Action News 5 digital desk by Andy Parsons. He's Senior Director of Adobe's Content Authenticity Initiative. Andy, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great. Hope you're well.
Yes, doing well. Thank you very much. Let's talk about what exactly the Content Authenticity Initiative is.
Sure. So the Content Authenticity Initiative was stood up by Adobe in late 2019 with our initial partners, the New York Times and Twitter. It's since grown to over 750 members, spanning digital camera manufacturers, news agencies, Nikon, BBC, technology partners like Microsoft, and many others, including human rights defense. And we're all aligned on this mission to basically combat disinformation and misinformation online through a combination of technologies resulting in what we call digital provenance, which is the ground truth about how media was made, how it may have been manipulated on its way to you, and who, in cases where this is sensible, who may have made it, who's taking responsibility for it. And the initiative works in three main areas. One is establishing a global standard for content provenance and trust. And second is to put these tools to work in our own suite of tools in the Creative Cloud that Adobe produces, starting with Photoshop. So this feature is live in Photoshop. And third is to mount a broad education and advocacy campaign, talking to you today as part of that, to help consumers understand what provenance is, how it can be used, when they can expect to see it in the tools that they use every day.
Okay, so let me get this straight, and maybe this is a dumb question. Is this just about like deep fakes, manipulated pictures, manipulated photos, or is this the entire broad spectrum of misinformation, disinformation, like, for example, censoring COVID information that one person, one entity might deem as inaccurate?
Right. So the idea with this particular approach to combating disinformation is to address images, video, audio, documents of certain types, so that you can know where it came from and who's responsible for it. Now, that doesn't necessarily apply to forums and online misinformation where consumers, are simply expressing an opinion. But our feeling is, expressing a proper opinion and fueling healthy public discourse starts with a shared objective reality about what something is. So if you see an image or a video online, simply the ability to transparently understand how it was made, who may be responsible, and how it may have been manipulated, whether it's color correction or adding synthetic humans or removing police cars or what have you. Those things can all be known transparently, and to provide consumers the ability to make up their own minds about what something is and whether to trust it.
Gotcha. Okay, so we're essentially talking about documents, we're talking about pictures, videos, that sort of thing. I got you now.
Right.
So why is it so important in this day and time to really kind of establish something like this Content Authenticity Initiative? I mean, we see so many things online, and everyone's got a cell phone. We're constantly scrolling, and I guess it's kind of tough to determine at times what's a real document, what's a fake document, and the same thing with pictures and videos, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's the problem that this specifically addresses, is, again, how do you understand transparently what something is and where it came from? In the world of social media, eventually maybe even the metaverse, news that we consume every day, there's really no way to know the veracity of the media. Now, this is not to say we know that a photo of a thing actually depicts a thing that really happened, but we can know transparently how it was made. So knowing that something was created on a camera, that it came into Photoshop, it was edited, and then exported from Photoshop and maybe cropped on a social media site. Those are all things that are knowable and verifiable. And in fact, with content credentials, which is the commercial version in the Adobe tools of content authenticity, it's possible to know whether something has been tampered after those claims have been made. So if someone takes something off the internet, changes it, republishes it, purporting to be news, it is knowable to consumers whether that was changed and how it was changed. And I want to point out, it's not just kind of negative cases and misinformation and disinfo. There are cases where tools for deepfakes can be used creatively. Take, for example, the Kendrick Lamar video that you might be familiar with that was released recently, music video, where Kendrick Lamar is shown to kind of transform into various celebrities and express different points of view. Years ago, that would have been the realm of Hollywood special effects studios and millions of dollars in budget. Now, tools to do things like that are democratized. They're available from Adobe. They're available in some cases free. And it's important to make sure that creators can use these responsibly. When we think about responsible use of sophisticated AI, artificial intelligence powered technology, we again think of authenticity, basically proving what something is, showing your work, and indicating how it was made. And to us, that's a critical foundation for, frankly, democracy and truth online.
So a lot of times when I see a deep fake, or at least I can tell it's a deep fake, when I see videos, I'll see where things are altered and it looks really blurry or something. Is there a way that a consumer can look and view accurate content where they can tell what's online fake and what's real? Just like a little cheat sheet to just kind of say, okay, here's the red flag. This looks like it could be fake.
Yeah, I will say it's getting harder and harder, but you're right. There are telltale signs of AI. A few months ago, it was often the case that ears on deepfake models or synthetic people didn't quite match. Those problems are being solved very rapidly as the sort of photorealism that's possible with deepfakes increases in its level of sophistication. I would urge people to say, look, if something looks to be a little bit off or doesn't match the context in which it is delivered, to do a little extra diligence, drag an image into a reverse image search engine or a video search engine, see if it is what it purports to be. At least, was it actually photographed yesterday as the news purports it to have been photographed? Or is it a photo that was resurfaced 10 years ago, from a different context entirely? But it is getting more difficult. I don't think there are any hard and fast rules. I think it's important and incumbent on all of us to understand the fact-checking methodologies of the news outlets that we tend to trust, and also to adopt content provenance and authenticity when it's available on your platforms of choice. And I think this is not a 10-year time horizon. We're talking about the technologies I'm describing and helping build being available in the next couple of years to everyone.
Where can people go to get more information about this project, about the Content Authenticity Initiative, and other ways and hints to kind of tell the real versus fake?
Yeah, you can find all of that information at contentauthenticity.org. So I'd urge your viewers to visit that. It'll give you all the information in whatever technical depth you wish to understand it. And moreover, most importantly, there are some real world examples there that you can interact with and experience for yourself at contentauthenticity.org.
Anything else you want to mention, Andy, before we let you go?
No, thanks for the opportunity. Again, I would urge your viewers to learn more about this and to look for it when it comes online. With this broad coalition of 750 members, I do think it will be available to all of us in the very near future. And thank you for your time.
You got it. Andy Parsons, Senior Director of Adobe's Content Authenticity Initiative. We appreciate your time. Thanks so very much.
Thank you.